Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Talkin MTG Finance. This is Michael from the Battlegrounds Games and Movies in Dalton, Georgia. Got some new stuff for you today. So Modern Masters has officially launched, and man, I am telling you, this set is awesome. We opened 3 boxes for the store and got, we noticed that we were seeing around 2 foil rares per box. Some of the highlights were a foil Elspeth Knight Errant in the first box and a foil Dark Confidant in the second box. We'll have those videos of those box breaks uploaded for you guys here as soon as we can find the time to get those edited and uploaded to YouTube. So today on this episode of Talkin MTG Finance, I just kind of wanted to go over the Mythic cards that are found in Modern Masters and how I think they will affect the value of the cards in the past that they have now reprinted. As you can see, Star City has their prices up, and they're really similar. Of course, some people like myself are always going to favor the old art or the old card frame, whatever you have. But nonetheless, as far as getting Modern going, this is definitely a step in the right direction for Wizards. So I guess without further ado, let's just go over the however many Mythics there are. I think there's 10, maybe 12 Mythics that they have released with this set. We won't spend a lot of time talking about the dragons, as I don't think they'll make a huge impact on maybe Kakosho, but I don't know. We'll just go from here, and we'll obviously start.
Alright, so here we got it. I know this is kind of the big three that, when this set got announced, these were the 3 cards that, as they got spoiled, people were the most excited about. So, I want to spend the most time talking about these 3 in particular cards that are Tarmogoyf, Dark Confidant, and Vendilion Click. These are 3 cards that pretty much, if you're watching this video, you probably know what they are, and they have made a impact on the format, both Legacy and Modern, and they also make an impact in your wallet. So what we're looking at so far, week 1 now, in the event that you don't keep up with Star City articles, Ben Blauis, which is the owner of Star City Games, has said that to maintain the integrity of the format of Modern, the prices that they have on their Modern Masters cards will not be going down. This is to ensure customers that even though Wizards has reprinted these cards, they're not going to let them just get priced at half of the original printing's price or anything. They're going to stay high. So with that in mind, that's good for the consumer because it means your cards are still worth something, and it also is good for the retailers because they can sell a product now that contains these high-dollar cards. So Tarmogoyf, the future site printing is $129.99, and this Tarmogoyf in Modern Masters is $119.99. So we see a $10 price difference, which I would say more or less comes from the fact that the old one just looks better, in my opinion. What we noticed at the store, we've probably seen a little over 20 boxes opened. Of course, you would need more than that to gain significance in determining the actual ratio in which you would be able to see Tarmogoyfs by opening boxes. Statistical significance, that is. We saw like 3 Tarmogoyfs, 3 to 4, I think, out of 20 boxes. Those kind of numbers are not going to change the fact that people need this card to play this format. So, even though those of you that have Tarmogoyfs and were afraid your cards were going to drop in value, from what we're seeing so far, I'm not seeing enough out there to really, to even remotely change the price. Now, I see tons of, the swords, and I've seen a ton of the dragons. Now, granted, there's 5 of them, so individually I might not have seen a lot of them, but the dragons themselves, we've seen quite a few. I've seen an awfully lot of Elspeth Knight Errants. But these 3 cards I have not seen a lot of. I mean, that could just be variants, and one store has maybe seen a ton of these and hasn't seen much of the others. However, at least at the Battlegrounds games, we are hurting for these cards. We were lucky enough to open up that foil Dark Confidant, but I would have just as much liked to have 2 instead of 1 foil one, so our customers can get the cards they need. So Dark Confidant's $59.99. The Ravnica City of Guilds print is also $59.99. So same price there. On Vendilion Click, Modern Masters is $39.99, and the Morningtide version is $39.99. Or no, I think it was $49.99. Yes, $49.99. So $10 price difference on Tarmogoyf and Vendilion Click. I don't really think that matters. I think once Modern Masters is out of print, and because of course we don't know if we're going to get a second run of it yet, but I would say once these are out of print, those prices are just going to, if not match each other, just continue to rise. Basically it seems to me that the rares we have lots of. I mean, we opened more Arcbound Ravagers than we could have ever asked for, which is a good thing. However, some of these mythics are kind of hard to find. Now, of course, we've seen an Elspeth Knight Errant in the Elspeth versus Tezzeret, I believe, and that kind of flooded the market with those, so we've still got a good stock of those. I don't think Elspeth was really the issue as far as what cards are needed. I said earlier that I would have just as much rather them, made Modern Masters just a set that you buy and you get 1 of each of these cards, and you could buy 4 of the sets of Modern Masters and have a playset of all these cards. But of course that would drastically change the prices, because then there would be no randomness to opening packs. But it would certainly make the cards more available, and to where this format really can thrive. So yeah, this is my coverage of these of what I consider the big 3 in the set, the ones, the chase cards people are going for. I'm just going to touch base on the other stuff, and we'll just go from here. Okay, so here we've got what I consider everything else in the Mythic category for Modern Masters. We've got Elspeth Knight Errant, Sarkhan Vol, Sword of Light and Shadow, Sword of Fire and Ice, Veldalkin Shackles, the 5 Dragons, Kiki-Jiki Mirrorbreaker, Progenitus. So, the value on these cards is anywhere, like 10 to, I think Jugan is like $4, but, these are all in that 5 to, I guess, top end being $30 category. These are all pretty interesting because, at least in my eyes, other than Kokosho, none of these were, the 5 Dragons were never really highly desired. Now, something like Kiki-Jiki was a card that was needed. I believe they were around $35 before this Modern Masters came out. I still think that's where your original ones are at, but the Modern Master ones here, for Splinter Twin, that card is needed as a 4 of, so I certainly expected its value to stay and to rise over time. The swords, the swords are always going to be in that 15 to 25 range. I would say Veldalkin Shackles is always going to be a solid $15 to $20 card as long as a blue-white control list kind of exists. Elspeth Knight Errant is that, as I mentioned earlier, it's one of those cards where it got released in a Versus deck, so there's just probably enough out there to meet the demand. Now, this is that original art that blows the Versus art out of the water. So, I can see people getting on board with this. Sarkhan Vol, he's kind of an EDH card. We've certainly moved quite a few of those at the store, so it's nice to see, them make those and make them available to people. And Progenitus, that's kind of like the one that some people play him in EDH, and then he was in Show and Tell before Grizzlebrand came along. I still think he's in the sideboard of Show and Tell / Omni Show. I know he's in the list that uses Dream Halls. So, all in all, I see Modern Masters as kind of like the test set for Wizards to see how people would react to having these cards reprinted. Wizards did state that nothing kind of is safe. If it's not on the reserve list, it can possibly see a reprint. So, my precious foil Jace the Mind Sculptor may one day be reprinted. Who knows? But, with that being said, I do love this game, and I want to see it continue to grow. Reading statistics of, how Magic has grown over the years, it's quadrupled, tripled. I mean, just year by year, the amount of people that play this game goes up and up. And, with the introduction into being into Walmart, certainly it's going to help this game continue to grow. I was back when, let's see, I've been playing this game like 15 years, so, I was around. I remember buying packs of Fallen Empires in a bookstore and having no idea what I was doing or what they were, but I remember that my brother played, and I just wanted to play what he was playing, and there was no real other place you could get these cards. And now, you walk into Walmart and they've got t-shirts of Magic the Gathering. So this game has certainly came a long way, and this set is a testament of that. That clearly Wizards knows that there is more people wanting to play this game now than when these cards were first printed. Hence why they have brought them back out in this Modern Masters set. If you are still on the fence of whether you want to buy one of these or not, I'm going to say the window of time in which you're going to have to be able to buy one of these boxes is closing. The Wizards of the Coast sends out a product list for retailers weekly, in which it states how much product can be ordered. I'm going to go ahead and tell you that the restock on Modern Masters is probably less than 10%. Probably in the 5% range of your original order. So I would not expect this to be on the shelves for long, and I do believe that a year from now you're all going to be looking back wishing you had invested in Tarmogoyfs and Dark Confidants and Vendilion Clicks then. Of course, it might seem like, these cards are so readily available now, but time is really what separates us from when the Black Lotus was readily available and where it is now. Cards just get soaked up, and that they get hard to find. So it's going to take the players that want to play Modern to take that initiative to get these cards now, whatever you want. Yes, granted, I own a card shop, and to tell my customers, you need to spend your money and get this stuff now, might seem like I'm using this set as a ploy to get them to spend their money, and that's not really the case. I do believe that these cards are available at this time, and you need to take advantage of that to get these cards that you're going to need if you want to play Modern, or if it's something you're considering. Waiting is just going to make it harder. I can certainly tell you that after seeing all the boxes that I've seen opened and seeing the small percentage of Tarmogoyfs and Vendilion Clicks and Dark Confidants, that I would expect it's still going to be very, very difficult. So if you do have a chance to snag some of this up now, while it's kind of pseudo easy, I would do that. I really appreciate you guys, tuning in and listening to my banter for 15-20 minutes every week. The Battlegrounds is growing at a rate in which we're all very excited about. us giving you videos on YouTube is just one extra little thing we do for our customers. We're crazy busy throughout the week, just running our retail store and doing our online sales. So just to find the time to take 10 or 15 minutes to make one of these videos, and then another 30 minutes to edit it. It does take some effort, but as a store, we really want to give the players something that, at least as far as this area goes, something they've never had before. Magic has always been very, very healthy in North Georgia, and we saw that opportunity to really maybe take a stab and give you guys what we thought this area really needed. And of course, for all of our listeners that do not live in North Georgia, we absolutely appreciate you too. Spreading the word about the Battlegrounds is how we're going to eventually be where we want to be, which is right beside the likes of Channel Fireball, Troll and Toad, Star City, at GPs, and all the big events, vendoring there. So if you haven't checked us out, check us on Facebook. The Battlegrounds games, you can find us there, on Twitter at the BG Gaming. Our website is www.thebattlegroundsgames.com. This is still under construction. We're still waiting to hear back from our website developer on when they're going to start our actual build. It's going to look sharp, so look forward to that. Anyways, this has been this week's segment of Talkin MTG Finance. I hope that a little insider from a store owner helps you decide whether or not to get into this game and how it's impacted our store, and hopefully we'll make it a little bit easier for you on the decisions you need. If you ever need us, give us a call at 706-259-9704. Any of our staff will be happy to help you, even if you're from out of town. We do ship orders out. So just give us a call, and thanks for tuning in.